Okay, as you can see, I've done quite a bit on him since the last video. I painted his vest a real dark gray, and then I went back and I used some, this is interference green. It's a what do they call it? Iridescent color. Anyway,
It's white.
it looks white, but it's actually green. And I pinstriped his vest the same way I did down on his pants, so I didn't figure I needed to show you that again. I kind of outlined my little watch here, and I'll put a watch chain on there. And up here in the vest pocket, I'm going to put a little tobacco bag tag right there. Eventually, it'll just be a piece of, real small piece of aluminum ducting painted white with some red design on it, and a piece of wire soldered to the back of it to hold it in his pocket. I painted his neckerchief red instead of yellow because I just thought it just needed to, yellow would have just been too bright for it. And I'm not going to put any other decoration on his neckerchief because there's just too much going on there. I don't think it would look very good. Now, turning around on the back, I used that iridescent green mixed with some pine green paint, and I used that to paint the back of his vest. I like to do that. It sort of gives it a silver silk appearance. I installed this little tab for the back belt to cinch up his vest to make it fit. What else here? I put his eyes in because once I put it in position I could see exactly where I wanted him to look. So that's done. Now I have two more things to do. I'm going to paint his little knife sheath here. I've already penciled in the design, and I got that design out of this book here, Plain Zen Knife Sheaths. A good friend of mine gave it to me. And I like this design, the lower part of it anyway, not the upper part, just the lower part of it, because the upper part's already been decorated there. So that's what we'll do now. So, we've got red and blue on the interior here. You can see my little pencil lines, so I'm going to put those in there first. And I think I'm going to use this. There's my navy blue. Like some chicken just laid an egg. Well, that's navy blue, but that's way too dark. Guess I'll use this one here, if there's any in here. Yep. Okay. Now I've got my little brush here that I cut off the end square. See that? Oops, sorry. See that? I use that for lettering and things like this here. So this is dry, so I'm just going to dip that in there. Just like that. And it gives it sort of a beaded appearance, doing it this way. You got two of them out there cackling. They must have laid 2 eggs. When you're cleaning your brush out, always lay it down, you know, I clean it out like this.
Wait a minute, I'm not even there.
First, wash your brush out. You know, get that water off of it. Then lay it down. Because invariably, if you don't do that, there's a drop of water on there that just at the critical time in your painting, that water's going to run right down that ferrule and hit that brush, and your paint is just going to go like that. So, all right, I'm finished with that blue right at the moment. I do believe, no, not really. I got to get into my triangle with it. Now I need a real bright red. All right, this is far red. That ought to work. Get most of your paint off of there. No, I got too much of it off of there. Hope Judy didn't get too close so you don't see my screw-ups. There's a bird happy out there. There, that looks good. Now there's a little white decoration. You see the little white specks there? And I'm going to do that just with a toothpick. Set red over there. The invaluable toothpicks. So there's one up here. One there. One there. And there's one there. Here. Here. There. There. And there. Snazzy. Okay, put that away. I'll get a little brush out here. thought getting my eyes fixed would make little bitty jobs like this a lot easier to do. I haven't found that out yet. Still feel like I'm going blind. Not in the real sense, just in a comment. Okay. Put that away. I've got an Indian lady sitting over there on my work table. Who's covered with beading. Which I'm looking forward to in one way and not looking forward to in another. But she'll be classy when she's done. Now, using that toothpick again, but I want a real sharp edge for this one. So clean off this old white paint. And right between the two triangles there's a black dot. Actually it's a square, but a dot will work. There's always one. Well, there, that looks pretty nice. It's going to look slick on the back of his pants there. So, how much time have we used up? 14 minutes. Okay, real quickly, let's go over to the workbench. Like I said, I was going to go ahead and give him a stampede string. Okay, this is a piece of twisted copper wire, which is this right here. Got it over at Lowe's. I think it's about 18 gauge wire. Alright, now to make the bead that will go on this, I took a piece of looks like 3/8 inch dowel, and I drilled a 1/8 inch hole in there, large enough to where the two wires will go in there, and I can slide that thing up on the thing. And now that I've got that drilled, I'll take my knife and I'll whittle it down because it's much too big right now. Yep. Take off that top sharp edge. Just like that. And layer down here. And hopefully cut through it. And there we have our little bead. Now for the final test is to make sure everything fits the way it's supposed to. And it does. See, that will slide right up the two stampede strings. And then I'll drill 2 holes in the hat and insert these on each side, and then bend this down. I use copper wire because it's easy to bend. Bend this down over his chest. Alright? And that'll be it. I'll also dip this wire in gun blowing, which will turn it a real dark brown, which will pretty well imitate the color of the leather string. Okay, so that's going to do it. In the next video we'll put everything together, varnish the guy, and he'll be done. So until then, I'll talk to you later.